Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. So the fear and greed index is still sitting at that kind of level we want to see it at, but there is always one thing to note during times like this, and it's always that very cynical statement of when others are greedy, be fearful. When others are fearful, be greedy. So there will always become an equilibrium between that line as to which you need to dictate yourself how you feel that needle's going to go up or is it going to go down. How is the market feeling? It's all about sentiment. Sentiment is what drives the crypto community. So we've got a few things going on at the moment, but firstly, what I want to do is a huge round of applause to everybody. Okay, we really pulled together during that situation, and it was so obvious that there was attempts being made everywhere to try and make everything as confusing as they could and just absolutely going through it. But we have pushed through. We've succeeded. Funding is going to where it should be. We're going to reach parity, and then it's really just an open road. And I'm really excited to this. We're going to be doing a lot more videos in this week, just about what's coming from parity, what this is going to introduce into the system, how our system's going to react to it, and who's going to want to get involved with our blockchain. But we'll be getting on to more of that. So there is a proposal up, and I wanted to get onto this first before we get onto the other stuff. It could be a good idea, it could be a bad idea, because the whole reason of having limits on the contract sizes is it prevents malicious actors from being able to harness cheap contracts that you can get a lot into. There are ways around what they want to do. So they want to raise the max contract size. They can actually, I don't know how to explain this to like an average person. It's kind of like a glossary. So you would have a list of commands that would sit in this glossary, and then you would have one single contract that when executed, it would then choose from a list of those glossary contracts. You can get a lot more into a smart contract. And I think this is the issue here, is they can't get what they need into the contract size. This opens up a big, I think, area for attack, especially on node operators like myself. Denial of service attacks are real. They do happen. The London upgrade in Ethereum is a very, very, very good example of what they want to do here. I'm not against it. I think anything that benefits the contract of making things easier for someone so they don't have to make a glossary, I think we should do. But at the same time, I think we should do research into this. We should have a look at it. But this is up for vote. And everything's a lot more cleaner on here. As I was saying previously, there was a lot of spam up. We have really put our foot to the neck of these scam proposals, and we have seen them burn. So all of those proposals that were scams actually reached quorum. I think maybe all of them but one. That's like 5-6 million LUNC coins burnt that were scammers coins. They're not going to get those back. And it makes it harder for them each time, and you really get one over on the people that are trying to do these scams. So currently there is a very strange IBC client upgrade, and this client upgrade is suspicious. No one really knows where it comes from. It's talking about activating something on Luna. The Tendermint clients don't match up. Now, the only people we want to be doing a Tendermint client update is the L1 development team, period. This could be a Trojan horse, and it scares me to see the different people that are voting yes to this have also voted yes to the Trojan horse proposal, which was created by a group of people that simply just seem to want to cause as much panic, and it's all very peculiar. So I've done the research, and I've got everybody that voted yes to this IBC client Trojan horse upgrade, and then also to the 11463 proposal, and I'm seeing some similarities. Some people probably may not have voted on this IBC client when I actually pulled these from here. I think this was late last night I pulled this together, but you know, there's some similarities here. I think as a community, especially myself as a node operator, because it's it's like in the paperwork for what's required of you as a validator, and it's to have due diligence over the blockchain and to more or less play your role and understand everything, understand the things that are going on and know all of the ins and outs. I think it's so important for the community to also follow those rules and understand, you know, who's building, who's drilling, who's bucketing water out, and who's harnessing the sails and all of these different things. It's so interesting when you pull things together, just really simple, so you don't have to click one, click the other, click one, click the other. Just got it there side to side and you can see those similarities. I don't know what this upgrade would lead to, but there are tweets going around of people more or less getting very salty that a certain proposal hasn't passed and they're going to burn a node, or they're going to burn the blockchain, they're going to do all these different things, and possibly this is what this Trojan horse thing was. And the reason why I call it a Trojan horse is because everybody knows the analogy of a Trojan horse. I would like to know who put this up, why they put it up, and what the intent is of this client upgrade and what it actually leads to, because a client upgrade is no small thing. It's quite a big thing. So putting that forward, very, 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 very interesting. Now, moving over to the price of Terra Classic, and the reason why I've saved this till last, because I want everybody to kind of zone and hone in on where we're sitting right now. What I believe is we're sitting around our bottom. We've touched this area multiple times. As you can see, we've got one here. We've got another just here. Oh, great. This is in my way. Got here. Got another touch. And then all the way along here, you've got loads of these little touches where we've come down. We're sitting at bottom and we bounce back up. So possibly where this line is could be the bottom. I don't do technical analysis, but it's pretty obvious when we keep coming down, touching that line, rebounding, holding lines of support, coasting sideways and moving up slightly. This is really zoomed out. If we go into the reset scale, you can see we are still in that slight uptrend. So what I believe you're seeing today is the community pool spend proposal's been paid out, and we have to understand this as a community to better understand the price. When they get that LUNC, the likelihood is that all gets sold straight away. So the likelihood is every time there is a payout out of the community pool of substantial size, you're going to see a slight drop in price just because they've sold a considerable amount of LUNC. It might not be that. It could be anything else. Like I said, I don't do TNA. I'm just looking at the things that are happening. They've got no choice but to sell that out into stable assets, into fiat to pay the staff members, because everybody's got real life bills to pay, everybody's got real life taxes to pay and everything like that. So this is all done by the book. I've seen rumors that Superman or Iron Man, I haven't spoken to him, I've never even met him, is back. Things are looking good. There's good sentiment in the market. Ed's being more vocal, he's speaking out a little bit more. I'm seeing different tweets from him. I'm seeing them crushing down on FUD and simply understanding they can't be everywhere, and it's not healthy to be everywhere. You can't live a life like that. It becomes this thing where you do it so much and you're everywhere so much that you begin to hate it. People begin to hate you because you're everywhere, and then you just start to lose your mind and you go into this death spiral, and then people sign their own death warrant. They start doing all sorts of crazy stuff, blowing up. I think it's just better if we all touch grass, take a step back, look at what's really going on, try and understand the situation better and make better choices in the future, because all we can do right now is not change the past, but we can make decisions to change our future, and that's what's important. Dwelling on the past is not going to get us anywhere. We've been over this many of times. That was the whole point of me starting this channel. During the crash, we're a year old now, so we are getting to a point where we're starting to actually understand things. The community are actually starting to grasp what's going on, and it's amazing for someone like me to see this happening. That's why I'm so proud of everybody right now for pulling together, becoming united, and actually, you know, saying we're not going to put up with this. We can see this is happening and we want to see change. We want to see, like we spoke about in this podcast, right? Everybody's going to trip and fall at some point. Regardless of who you are, everybody's going to trip and fall. It matters about how you bounce back from that, because we're all only human. if you don't make mistakes, you must be some sort of artificial intelligence robot. How many rockets has Elon blown up prior to getting to the point they're at now where they're launching Starship? Fingers crossed for that launch. I hope everybody's tuning into that. But yeah, I think you'll get the point. Things are going good. There are things to note. Hopefully this contract upgrade leads to a lot more stuff. And a good point for this contract upgrade is it could simply entice bigger projects to come in, because we've simply nearly doubled the limit of the contract size. It could lead to easier utilization of contracts that are already on other blockchains that have high capacity. LUNC was built to specification. So like I was saying, we need to check these things before we just go, yeah, let's do it. We need to get somebody to look into it. Folks, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody pretending to be me. If you listen to these videos all the way to the end, you're a real one, and I really appreciate you. Folks, I will catch you in the next one.